There is an anxiety here at the World Economic Forum in Davos. People are asking, is it the end of globalization? The votes in the UK and the US have the global elites, clearly the beneficiaries of international trade, now all rethinking the status quo. Globalization has helped hundreds of millions of people out of poverty. There are losers too, and the people suffering are driving the political agenda in the Western world, as I'm hearing here. The attendees at Davos, the delegates, the participants, those with white badges like this, do they understand, or are they simply being defensive?
We are living in a world which is interdependent, which is interconnected, and we are in a global community of destiny.
Others are sending warning signals.
搞保护主义
Pursuing protectionism is like locking oneself in a dark room. While wind and rain may be kept outside, that dark room will also block light and air.
和空气。
Some say they do understand the frustrations.
It's at our own peril that we ignore or dismiss the legitimate fears and anxieties that exist in communities all across the developed world. The concerns of mothers and fathers how they feel about losing that factory job that has always allowed them to provide for their families, and the expectation that their children would even have a better life.
When you have very strong signals, as we have received from the voters, from people who say no, it's really time to say, what policies do we have in place? What more can we do? What kind of measures do we take to reduce inequalities? What kind of safety net do we have for people? Not necessarily to globalization, but to the technologies that are going to completely disrupt and change the working place for a long time.
The role of technology, that's the thing, not globalization to blame.
How do we help manage the transition of people who have been dislocated by robotics or automation, which, by the way, is a far bigger cause of job loss in the United States than economic globalization?
Maybe. No, the world is not flat, it's round, but it is shrinking. And we are at a critical crossroads in history.